Good morning, boys and girls. How are you guys doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Show 139 of Addicted to Gear live on Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are surviving all the Black Friday and Thanksgiving hoopla. And I hope you guys can hear me okay. So if you guys are ready for another episode and live chat dedicated to gearheads, give me a thumbs up. Welcome back. So if you survived Black Friday, I'm happy for you guys because I know that being a Canadian here is not the same as what's going on in the States. On the Canadian side, it's not Thanksgiving, so there's that, and but we jump on the bandwagon when it comes to Black Friday deals. Why? Because we can. Why not take an opportunity to spend money for no reason? So as a Canuck, I mean, I celebrate I celebrate Thanksgiving at a different time than our American neighbors, but I like getting bombarded by Black Friday deals. I don't know about you guys. So we'll talk about all of that in a couple of minutes. But first, I want to say good morning to the people that are here, the early risers. How is everybody doing? Let me start from the bottom today. So Eddie, Leo, Jerry, Presley, Gene, D-Mac, Randy, Cushman. A lot of guys are here. Wayne's here. Randy says, Cushman, my brother, I love to ask those piss the world off questions. For example, who helped with the pyramids? It looks like we're going to get into some really deep topics today, guys. So let's see what happens with that. Who was the first one in today? Was it Randy? Was that you? Well, welcome, Randy. Glad to see you here, my friend. Gospel of Mark is here. All right, it's me, Don P. So if I missed anybody, we'll get around to eventually saying hi to everybody. As I mentioned in my little message in the chat, if you guys, took advantage of any crazy Black Friday deals when it comes to specifically talking gear now, I know that a lot of people are walking away with huge TV sets, probably bigger than the living room that they're going to put them in. But if you have any gear related, purchases or deals, we'd love to hear about it. I have some deals that I came across lined up for you guys as well, in case you didn't already spend all your money and you have some change left over. I have a couple of suggestions for you as well. So stay tuned for that. I want to give a big thanks to all of those of you who already subscribed to the channel, and you know who you are. And if you're just tuning in, remember, guys, as I mentioned, underneath the lower left-hand side, Addicted to Gear, little show 139 message, there's a little note there in squinty print says, please subscribe to chat. So if you're new and you want to jump in the chat, you have to subscribe. So do that right away and you'll be able to jump in. Otherwise, you're going to be blocked, all right? So take advantage of that, all right? So I'm playing this Strat today. Why not? This is the David Gilmour inspired Strat that I spoke about last time. And basically, it's a blackie with a black pickguard, and I kept the rest of the knobs and the switch and the pickups the regular color. And I actually put this together from the best of two guitars. I had two blackies like this, and I took the neck off of one and I put it on the body of the other. And I sold the other one. I believed, for me anyways, this one felt better, just played better to me. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or not, but the cool thing about this Strat is that if ever I get tired of the look, all I need to do is put back the white pickguard and we're in Eric Clapton land. So we can alternate between David Gilmour land and Eric Clapton land, depending on what mood I'm in. So today I'm playing through this Strat and my Valaton GP200 LT. Normally I play through my NUX multi-effects unit, but like a geek that I am, yesterday I spent the good part of the day reprogramming patches into the Valaton, because if you guys don't know, I reviewed, well, it was a really fast review of the Valaton GP200 LT, which is a really nice multi-effects unit. And I did the review a couple days ago. I'll put the link if I have it here. Do I even have the link here? I'll put the link for you guys in the chat in case you guys want to watch that eventually. Yeah, I have it here, I think. Here, let me just share it with you guys. So, and basically what I did was I did a little quick review. There it is. It should pop up in the chat there if you guys want to watch it later. Of the Valaton unit. And I like the Valaton unit a lot. It's very, it's got good sounds. The thing is, you know, like I've been through the rodeo so many times before. I think this is probably my 5th or 6th multi-effects unit. And every time I get a new one, every time I get a new one, I got to reprogram it. You know, I got to put in the patches because you can't, unfortunately, patches are not universal. So somebody would make a fortune if they could figure out a protocol that would be used in these multi-effects units that you can basically just, you know, extract, download, and then put into another unit, and like a magic, your sounds would all be there, you know, because that's the biggest pain, is having to reprogram everything every time. So anyways, I went about it yesterday. I did that. This is my deluxe reverb patch. Since we're in David Gilmour land. Anyways, you get the idea. So I basically did that yesterday. I spent most of my day reprogramming those patches, and because for the next rehearsal I want to take this unit and see how it performs in a live scenario, because I've only done one review on it and there's going to be more coming, because it's really nice unit. All right, let's get to some questions. Let's see here. Let me go back. Eddie Jr. says, I just installed a set of balanced bass strings last week. I'm still getting used to it. Can't say if it's worth it or not. Balanced bass strings? Interesting. When you install new strings on a guitar, it feels good right off the bat. But I think there's always that downside of the tuning stability, right? You got to stretch them out. So in a few days, you know, things are out of whack till they settle down unless you stretch them properly. So Dan says the Egnator tweaker deal at Sweetwater is great for $500. I mentioned that last week. I don't know if any of you guys took advantage of that, but they have an Egnator tweaker and a cabinet for $499. Sweetwater, it's a very good deal. If you guys are into, you know, you're looking at getting a new amp, the tweaker is a good place to start. And it's, I mean, an amp and a cab for $499. That's really cheap. Presley says, yo, Tony, got my new XGP Strat body yesterday. Big flake blue sparkle. It looks amazing. Well worth $100. Pairing it up with vintage gloss, maple neck, and SSS and black guard. Very cool. So are there any challenges Presley with those bodies? I mean, does everything fit properly? Sometimes aftermarket bodies have issues, sort of the neck pocket is not exactly correct for, maybe a Strat neck. Sometimes there's a little bit of shimming involved. Have you noticed anything with those bodies? Just wondering, asking for a friend. I never actually tried balanced tension strings, Eddie. I don't really know what that means. Is that a marketing ploy? Like, what is what are balanced tension strings? I'm really not sure what the big secret sauce is with those. The thing I like most about Black Friday here in Canada was people just being out in stores again, living life and putting money back into businesses, and the economy felt almost like pre-pandemic. Ah, here comes trouble. Here she is. Here she is, just barging in again. Look at her, as if she owns the place. Yeah, she's still around. 13 years plus and still going strong. Having trouble with the stairs, but heck, so am I. All right. Calm down. Settle down. Yeah, that's true, D-Mac. I think it's one of the things that I like a lot about what's happening now is that people are seemingly getting back to normal, and I'm crossing my fingers that we're not going to be hit with a big flu season. I'm saying flu here, not the other crazy stuff, because it seems like everybody that I know last week got sick. You know, my son was sick, I was sick, my daughter got it, friends got it. A lot of people were like just a regular cold thing. So I think now that we're out and about without any masks this year, I think the flu season is going to come on pretty strong. Davis has a question. A couple of my guitars, I've noticed that if I play an open D chord in the first position, if I press too hard, my G strings falls out of pitch. This is a first fret issue or a nut slot? I'm thinking this would probably, if you're pressing too hard and it goes out of pitch, chances are your nut is probably too high. What kind of guitar is that, Davis? Just so I know. The reason that happens a lot of times is because the nut should only be like a hair higher than the first fret. Just high enough so it doesn't cause buzzing when you're strumming an open. When you're doing this, you don't want to have any buzz. So it has to clear the first fret. But on a lot of guitars, the nut is actually too high. So what ends up happening is when you actually fret the string, it actually goes out of tune. That's why we want to have the action pretty low. So your slots might be cut too high. That's my guess. So Presley says you do need to shave or scrape the edges of the neck pocket sometimes to get a good fit. Other times they fit perfect. You have to chamfer all holes you drill to avoid chipping. That's one of the things that I usually do with overseas guitars is, certain guitars that have holes drilled in the body, for the volume and the tone usually are too small. So you have to open up the holes a little bit. It's a good idea to chamfer the holes so that you don't get chipping when you're, the neck, when you put in the neck plate in the back. Mark, I don't have any Reverend guitars. No. I saw that. I saw you have your finger on the buy button. You're looking at a Reverend. Well, that's a really nice looking guitar, by the way. And I think it would pair up nicely with your PRS amp right now. How much is it? How much is the selling price? Is it a great deal? Is it good enough to? Is it too good to be true? If it is, maybe you grab it and we'll think about it later. Fat Philosopher says Reverend look cool, but hardware-wise, I don't see them bringing anything new to the table. Yeah, it could be, but I mean, you don't need something new if it works well, in my opinion. Why mess with it if it ain't broke? So Mark's looking at the 390, like a Strat on steroids. Yeah. Oh, let me turn off my phone, guys. Sorry about that. Ugh. All right. BC Rich 581 says, no, the tension of the strings are all relatively close to each other in order to give the player an even string level on each string, though I'm still trying to tell if it's worth it, at least on bass. The tensions are relatively close to each other. Interesting. I don't know if I've never tried that, honestly. Never tried that, and I don't know if I don't know if, to me, I don't think it really bothers me to maybe for bass it's a little bit different, but for guitar, I usually go with Ernie Ball strings. I'm an Ernie Ball type of guy. Nothing too crazy. If Ernie Ball's not available, I'll go with D'Addario. But generally, I've been playing Ernie Ball strings almost my entire life. I've tried GHS boomers at one point just because Stevie used to play those. I went back to Ernie Ball strings, and that's what I'm doing now. That's what I'm rocking. My dog is already snoring, Fat Philosopher. Can you hear? Let me be quiet here. You hear that? Listen. It's like music to my ears. Yep. All right. DMAX says, question, Tony, have you heard about the NUX Mighty Space amp? Looks like a Spark amp with more flexibility and functions. Wireless battery. Has the NUX amp plug. Customized signal chain. Looks cool. So NUX did have a small amp at one point, but it wasn't called the Mighty Space amp. So I don't know if this is a new one now. Let me just Google it, because there's a couple of things out by NUX, and this let me see here. I like to okay, I see it here, the Mighty Space, and what's the story on this? It popped up on the NUX Mighty Series app, it looks like. And it looks like its settings are close to what they had on the Plug Pro, but it has a built-in looper. So I did play the Mighty Air, so I don't know what the Mighty Space is all about here. Is it already out for sale? Let's see here. It looks like it's already on their site, so let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at that. That's the Mighty Air. Where's the Mighty Space here? Wow, she's really going to town with the snoring. Wireless systems. I don't see it here. Is it already out? I think it's gonna maybe come out soon. I don't think it's already out. Is it out, guys? I don't know. I don't see it here. Oh man, she's loud today. Very loud. Oh, guys, be patient. So here, let me if you guys find the link, put it in the chat. I'll take a look at it. But I don't see it here on my side. So later on today, guys, I got some good news. I'm going to show you my nuts. So if you're excited about that, stay tuned. You'll see what I mean later on. Since we had a question about which I'm thinking is related to the guitar nut, I'm going to show you something cool. It's the nut show. Exactly. Stay tuned. I did a cool thing yesterday. Beyond reprogramming my patches like a geek instead of spending time doing something interesting on a Saturday, I also installed a brand new set of pickups that I've been waiting to do for a long time. Those are the NuX No Wax pickups that I spoke about a million times on the show. I actually got them into a guitar yesterday. I put them into one of my PRSs. Sorry, not my PRSs. Into my Gibson Les Paul, which is right there. See it right there? Put it in there. These are Retro 59s, they're called. They're really nice pickups. Like, I was actually not expecting them to be that nice, to be honest, because, sometimes there's a lot of hype. I'll put the link to those in the chat as well for you guys if you want to check out the details on it. But basically, they're Alnico 5 humbucker pickups, plain enamel wire. The output is relatively standard for humbuckers, 7 and 7.3 and 8. So they're not extremely hot. German silver covers on those, raw nickel, love those. Those are like awesome. And you could also get them aged, but I didn't get them aged. The raw nickel ages so fast anyways. Honestly, in a couple of months, it already looks like they basically age so nicely, so quickly. One conductor vintage wire, and basically they're using the no wax technology. I don't know if technology is the right word. I guess it would be more like the no wax process of building these pickups, because they don't use wax. They're not wax potted, so they do sound more open. They have a really nice sound in all positions. That was the thing that really knocked me out. Is I tend to gravitate towards one position. Either I like the neck position more than the bridge, or sometimes the middle position is the one that really stands out. But this one they're really nicely balanced across all three. And I like all the positions. A lot of times I don't like what's happening in the neck position. It feels a little bit too boomy, too muddy. These ones are really nice. And if you want to check out the tone chart on that, there's also a little tone chart I can share with you guys as well. Let me put that in the chat so you guys can see it too. Actually, let me just pop it up on the screen. What the heck? I'll share that with you guys here. So if you look at the tone chart here, basically the one I have is the Retro 59s, which are here. Can you see that right here? I'm just clicking on it. So the output is not extremely hot, and they tend to lean a little bit towards the treble and the mids, less in the bass side, which is actually what I like, because they actually cut through the mix a lot. When you're in a live situation, they are really nice. They're not extremely different from the classic PAFs that I put into my PRS from them. The only real difference is that those pickups have a little bit less output and a little bit, even a little bit less bass on those ones. So the 59s have a little bit more bass. And I can't wait to do a review for you guys to actually make you hear those things, because they sound really good. Yeah, they're expensive. They're not cheap. But you know what? If you're going to do anything to your guitar, pickup upgrade is well worth it if you intend to keep those pickups for the life of the guitar. And for me, I think they're well worth it anyways. So that's what I did yesterday. So I hope you guys don't think I'm too much of a loser for doing that, but that was me. That's what I like to do. Yeah, man. Okay, Mark. Yes, I've definitely gotten rid of the circuit boards in a Les Paul. I don't like those circuit boards. I talked about it. I did a video where I talked about that specifically. And The issue with those boards is that they were really designed to make things quicker for the people there at Gibson putting the guitars together. And I decided to go with an obsidian wire system in one of my guitars because I'm constantly putting pickups in and out of my guitars. And what ends up happening is you end up ruining the pots because you're soldering the pots over and over again. What ends up happening is that they just die because of the heat. So I decided to buy an obsidian wire kit, which is basically a drop-in board. I know it seems counterintuitive where you're getting rid of a circuit board to put in a new circuit board, but the advantage with this one is that there's no soldering involved. It's really, you push in the wires, there's little clips, and you're good to go. So it makes pickup swaps really easy, really fast, and you don't have to buy pickups that already have like special clips on them. It's just raw wire. So I don't know why Gibson, if they insist on using a circuit board, why they wouldn't do the same thing and use a system that doesn't require special adapters, because that's the biggest problem. So I got rid of mine in my Les Paul. I put it in a bag, and basically I'm happy. But if you like the ability of swapping out pickups and making it really easy, try out the obsidian wire systems. They're really good. Let me just close the door behind me here for a second. And at the same time, I'm going to nudge the dog because she's snoring too much. One sec, okay? Sleepyhead. And out of all the places to sleep, where is she sleeping? On my cables. On my cables, getting fur all over my pedal board. It's not easy, I tell you. And, I just woke her up. She's already snoring again. Like, I swear she snores even before her eyes are closed. Anyways, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's very zen. Like waves on the beach, Mark says. Exactly. Yeah, I did a video on that too, Fat Philosopher. So check my videos. You'll see the obsidian wire kit that I spoke about. And, it's something to check out. She's keeping the wires warm. Yeah, it looks like it. It's a good thing they're... It's just the hair. That's all it is. It's the hair that drives me crazy. Because, beyond that, I don't mind. She can sleep wherever she wants, but it's really just the hair gets everywhere. If you guys have a dog, you'll know what I mean. It's just shed city, Let me just see here now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to find something here. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can actually pull it up. I hate when I can't find something and I want to show you guys real quick. It's here somewhere. Give me 1 sec. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Is that the one? Yeah. All right. So here you go, guys. This is the video of the obsidian wire review that I did. And I give you all the details in there, all right? I agree, Davis. It wouldn't be the same without her. And her name's Maya. It's a she, right? She's keeping them warm. At 13, that's what she does most of the time is sleep. Sleep and eat. Kind of like my son, actually, now that I think about it. Just kidding. Just kidding. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, that's true, Fat Philosopher. That would be a good name for her. Dog Vader. Use the force. I was thinking of renting her out to those 1-900 number where you call in and they heavy breathe on the other side of the line and charge you $9.95 per minute. What do you think? I might have a good sideline opportunity here. All right, there's a couple of other questions I saw here swing by. I think at one point Jean-Pierre was asking me what's the difference, or asking us what the difference is between a Strat and a Telecaster. Did I see that come through? Good morning, Jean-Pierre. Hope you're still with us. If you are, I'll answer the question. If not, you can watch it later. The main difference is one's cooler than the other. Just kidding. Just kidding. I know there's a lot of people that think, the Strat is the coolest thing ever. Telecaster is more of a country style guitar. But to be honest with you, they're both great guitars. The main difference is the sound. Obviously, the Strat has 3 pickups. The Telecaster only has 2. The sound is very different. I find the sound of a Telecaster is kind of like, a little bit more edgy, of course, more bitey, a little bit more trebly. I think that has to do with the ashtray, the metal ashtray bridge that is being used there in the bridge pickup. Pretty different sound. The Strat tends to be a little bit more spanky. The Telecaster just a little bit more bitey. I've said it many times. I think the Telecaster is a beautiful guitar and fits beautifully between a Strat and a Les Paul. The Strat, spanky, more of a glassy sound. The Les Paul, more beefy, more of a fatter sound. The Telecaster's in the middle, and it's kind of like almost the best of both worlds. You can get a Telecaster to sound a little bit like, I would say, a Strat on steroids, not as beefy as a Les Paul with humbuckers, but you can definitely get into that territory. A lot of the early Led Zeppelin stuff was all recorded with a Telecaster. A lot of people think it was the Les Paul, but it actually wasn't. And you can get them to sound pretty big. Now, if you guys don't agree with my assessment there, jump in. Let me know. I'm glad you guys are dog lovers. It looks like a lot of people have dog stories there. Oh, man. Mark is like he's on a rampage now, right? He's about to drop another 1K on a guitar. And Mark, are you shifting the dough? Are you selling out stuff and repurposing the cash, or are you just saying, heck, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna buy what I want when I want, and that's the end of it. You must have a very understanding wife. That's all I can say. Eddie says, considering a Wolfgang, any thoughts on the standard versus the special? Eddie, Wolfgang guitars are great. I like them. I had one. I had a Stealth that I bought a while ago. The thing about those guitars that was a gotcha for me was the fact that for my taste, the up here at the nut, the neck was just a little bit too small. I felt that the strings, believe it or not, were just a little bit too tight for my hands. And let me just fix my headphones here. And that is the main reason that I ended up selling that guitar, because it really felt comfortable. And it's funny because that guitar is almost like an optical illusion. It feels smaller, like shorter than it is. I guess just the way it's designed. For some reason, it just feels shorter. And I don't think it is. It's just the way it looks. Here's another one. If you guys want to check it out, if you want to see what my assessment was on the Wolfgang. So that was the Stealth Special that I got. Okay, so I didn't have any issues with that guitar. It played well. It felt nice. It was just this that I didn't get along with, and that's the reason why I ended up selling that guitar. But the overall, it played really nice. The other thing you have to also keep in mind, and I don't know why they do this. I hate when companies do this. But if you want to swap out the pickups, they're made in a way where the route is actually, you know how the humbucker, here, let me see if I can show you and give you a better example here. It's like show and tell. I just happen to have another pickup here. Patented applied for, I don't know what this is. But it's, you see how the legs on these things are square? See this? Square? Well, on the Stealth, they round it off. Not a big deal, not a big difference, except the route is also rounded off. So you can't fit these pickups in that guitar unless you file and round the little legs over. And they're also screwed right into the body. That's another thing. So there's not a whole lot of adjustment. If you have legs that are long, you're going to be stuck. So you have to get pickups that have short legs and then put like a foam underneath to be able to adjust the height. So little things like that. But overall, the guitar was still a really nice guitar. The other thing that I pointed out in the review, and you can watch that later, is that because it's a Stealth model, it's completely black. The body was flat, wasn't shiny like this one, right? Flat black. So after a while, you know, you're rubbing your arm. Guess what happens? It actually polishes the guitar. So you're going to end up getting like shiny spots where the paint is normally flat black. So if you're picky about that kind of stuff, these are things you're going to have to keep in mind. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question? Oh man, so Mark, awesome. Hey man, you must have been a really good boy this year. Getting all that cash as an early birthday present. Awesome, dude. Take advantage. When is your birthday? You know, my wife's birthday's coming up. Her birthday's on the 10th. And it's always kind of a double whammy because you scratch your head saying, what am I going to get for her birthday? And it's so close to Christmas. You have to almost think of two really awesome gifts. But anyways, it's all good. Dan says it's all about the tone from each model I own. Not one sounds like the other, like going from a Jag to a Jazzmaster looks similar, but each delivers a distinct sound. I think exactly the same way as Dan. I have a lot of duplicate model guitars, but they're not the same. Each one of them feels differently, plays differently, or sounds different. You know, that's why a lot of people don't understand, like, why do you have so many Strat style guitars or Telecaster style guitars? They're all different. And you'll realize that when you play them. If you just look at them, you're going to think, yeah, they're all like, you know, you got like 5 or 6 Telecasters. Why? They're all different. BC Rich says shielded electronics from interference was likely what inspired the ashtray covers on the Telecasters and P-bass instruments of the 50s. Sometime around the 60s, it became more of a traditional look. Yeah, it could be, but it definitely causes some kind of magnetic field or boosts the magnetic field or something like that. I think because it seems like it does something. There's definitely something to it. All right. A lot of people migrate from Strats to Telecasters. Just to your point, Fat Philosopher, I think a lot of people automatically choose a Strat as their first guitar and then eventually try a Telecaster. I know that was the case for me. You know, I never really thought that the Telecaster was a really cool guitar. And I always, at an early age, I always thought the headstock of a Telecaster looked hideous. And I'm like, who would want a guitar with a, a chopped off headstock when you can have something beautiful like this one, But as time went on, it became less of an issue, especially after I heard and started playing them and realized what great instruments they were. Dan says my wife is snoring right next to me. Is she in sync with my dog at least, Dan? Oh, man. December 18th, Mark. All right. Sagittarius. I get along with Sagittarius. My wife is a Sagittarius. Sagittarius are easygoing people. I just, I've always had an easy time with Sagittarius. So good. Enjoy your birthday, man. Enjoy the cash. It's going to be money well spent. I know it. 39 is a good year. There's nothing wrong with 39. Man, I wish I was 39 again. 39 is cool, Mark. Enjoy it. It's all in the mind anyways. So I wanted to also take a moment, guys, just to mention something, because today's live stream is actually brought to you by a sponsor. And I thought it would be a good idea to show you these things because I think it's important. Thanksgiving is not all about big screen TVs. It's also about giving thanks to what you have and what you want to keep. And in my opinion, there's nothing worse than having issues with your hearing. And I wanted to remind you guys to protect your hearing. So today's plug is for these high fidelity music earplugs. Now these earplugs, and I'm not just pitching it like that because I honestly think that they're good quality. It's from a company called Hear Protect. And let me just show you what these are, okay? I'm going to show you because these are they're quite handy. So here, I'll put in, actually what I'll do is I'll put in the link. I'll put in the link in the chat. The reason why I'm also bringing it up, guys, is also because you can get a discount on these if you're interested, okay? So I'll put up the link here. Here, I'll show you them while I'm talking. I'll even show you the information. So basically, as you can see, today you can actually get quite a big discount. They're $14. So you're saving, it's half price. You're usually $28. So what you're getting is a little bottle here made of aluminum, which is basically a carrying case for your earbuds. You can unscrew them. And you get a set of really cool, actually two sets. You get one in a little plastic carrying case and some in the bag. And the way these things work is actually quite good. I've had other ear protectors made, actually molded from, audiologists. It costs a freaking fortune. It cost me like $200, $250 for the visit and the mold and everything. These are kind of the same. What it is it's a little silicone earpiece. You can see it in the picture. And there's a little filter inside of them. And the filter basically attenuates the sound. So you can actually, I believe you can actually choose how much of ear protection you want to have. I think the standard ones will reduce the sound up to 23 decibels. But the cool thing is that they don't completely block the sound. It's not like you're stuffing, sponge ear protectors in your ears and you can't hear what you're playing. The cool thing is that you can still hear what you're playing. It's just reduced. And they work really well for $14. 2 pairs with a nice, really fancy aluminum case that is also waterproof, by the way. So you can throw this in your case and you're good to go. Protect your ears, guys. You also get a strap, so you can actually put that around your neck. That comes with it too. It's also a little silicone strap so that if you pull them out while you're playing, they don't fall on the floor. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Take advantage. You're getting a 50% discount. Grab them. If you wanted to get them, if you were thinking about getting them, now's the time. Okay, good. All right, so I wanted to show you my nuts. Can I show you my nuts, guys? Is it time? Are you ready? I think it's important. I really have a desire to show you my nuts. Okay. Monk says, is the aluminum vial anodized inside? I don't know. Let me see. Good question. Yeah, it is. It's not just painted. Can you see? It's the same color on the inside as it is on the outside. You guys crack me up. I don't want to hear what I'm playing sometimes. Then you're going to need the really big ones. What happened here? I'm not getting any sound. Why am I not getting any sound? Did I actually... Oh, I somehow got into the global settings. Is that it? Yeah. Hey, Keith, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that, buddy. So nobody wants to see my nuts. I brought it up and everybody just ignored mine. Everybody's ignoring it, so nobody wants to see my nuts. I'm going to show you my nuts anyways. Okay, hold on. I got to stand up for this. Don't be afraid. Let me just unplug this guy. Give me 1 sec. This is important, guys. Gather around. I know there was going to be a lot of funny comments, but whatever. Okay, I didn't have time to take pictures. I should have taken pictures because it would have been easier for you guys to see what I'm trying to show you guys, okay? But you know how the early question was how the nut is actually affecting the sound and throwing things out of whack. I wish I can show you this closer without making it get... damn, I can't even show you. It doesn't work. Here, let me do this. Give me a sec, guys. I'll do it this way. Just give me 1 sec. Let's see if I can get it to work. Yeah, it's a little hard. Okay, I can't do it. Sorry, guys. What I'll do is I'll show it to you in another video or something, okay? But basically, what I wanted to show you is that the angle of the nut that you're using, especially when it comes to your Les Paul, is super important, the way it's actually cut. And a lot of the nuts that you see on these guitars are not cut the right way because they're cut flat on the top. And what ends up happening is you have a sitar type scenario where if the nut is cut flat on the top, pretend this is a section view of the nut, and you have a string going across the nut like this, right? Let's say your string is going over the nut. The wider the surface, the more opportunity you're going to have the sitar effect, where it's not going to ring cleanly because it's going to touch the top of the nut. So what you need to remember is that you need that angle there. The slope is very important because you want to have a clean release. Whenever that string is vibrating, you don't want to have anything hitting the nut. And if you're having if you strum the nut in an open position and you hear kind of a sitar sound, that's what's happening. So basically you have to look at the nut, and a lot of times they're just not cut properly. I've had nuts installed by professionals that had the same issue. And a lot of people don't realize why that angle is super important. You know what I mean? So this one is actually cut perfectly. That's why I wanted to show you. It's a really good example. But maybe what I'll do is I'll actually make a video and show you guys in very high definition. All right, let's get some sound out of here. What's going on here now? Why can't I get any sounds today? I'm having issues here, guys. I'm plugged in. Boop. She's dead, Jim. What's going on? I'm getting no... Oh, I know why. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Gotta turn up the sound. I had also programmed a little heavier deluxe reverb with a little pedal in front of it. High definition nuts, exactly. All right, so guys, what's going on here? We're getting into a crazy talk now. We're getting crazy talk. Fat Philosopher is looking for his. I knew I should have thought about this topic a little bit better. There's nothing worse than messing up your nuts when you're filing them. Munch likes my shirt. Yeah, genius. Super genius. Not just a genius. Super genius. So Jeff says he got a lefty Eastman. 59 yesterday. Congrats, man. Beautiful. Knocks spots off my Les Paul Classic. Impulse buy. I grabbed 4 guitars. I hadn't used in a long time. Handed them over plus a bit of cash. 4 out, 1 in. 4 out, 1 in. That's a good way of doing it if you want to make sure you're getting a nice, decent upgrade. I wouldn't have any issues with doing it that way. Get rid of 4 less desirable ones, bring in a really good one that you like, and you're in business. So the Eastmans look really nice. I had an itch for an Eastman for a while, and I never actually pulled the trigger on it. So give me your opinion on them when you're saying that you're basically, you're saying that you're happy with it and it's, in your opinion, better than a Les Paul Classic? Same as a Les Paul Classic? For those of you who don't know, the Eastman guitars are made overseas, and they have some really nice models, really nice finishes as well. Just turning everything off here so I don't make noise while I'm talking. Have any of you tried them beyond our buddy here? Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. I still haven't gotten rid of the cold. Every once in a while, I'm still sneezing here. I get the itchy feeling up here. Let me drink some water. Maybe it'll go away. It's distracting. Sorry, guys. Vox says, my Gibson Les Paul Tribute had the nut cut as flat as my prom date from the factory. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Both scenarios are not a good thing. Munch says, I hate when I drive a quarter of a mile down the road to on my motorcycle only to find I forgot to turn the gas on too. And Michael says, I only have my 1SG and I love that thing, but it's a 1995 one and that was a good period for Gibson. Wouldn't get a new one. Lately, Michael, I've been itching for an SG. I did a review on the SG from Epiphone I don't know if you saw that one, but if you haven't, take a look at it. It's a nice option. I wouldn't say that it's the same as what you're going to be getting. I mean, it feels different. I mentioned it in the video. It's not the same feel whatsoever. You know, you're paying less money for it, but it's not the same. Not in a bad way though. I'm not saying, you know, don't buy it if you're interested in it, because it's still a really good guitar and it's really inexpensive. But, well, inexpensive, cheaper, I would say. But at the same time, a real SG feels different. And eventually I'll probably get one. I put the link in the chat if you guys want to check out the Inspired by Gibson SG video as well. But it's, you know, it's a nice guitar. I like the accessibility in the neck for the SGs. That's one of the main things. The real SGs, when I say real, I mean not the Epiphone models, have a thinner profile on the neck, more like this Les Paul actually. You can feel the difference, but it's still a fun guitar to play. I feel better than last week, Munch. Yeah, I definitely feel better, but as every once in a while I still get a little ping. You know, a sneeze here and there just pops out of the blue. Joe loves his Eastman guitars. He has 7 of them now. So you're an Eastman connoisseur. What did you rock before the Eastmans, Joe? What were you playing? Thank you, Billy, for reminding everybody to hit the like. Thank you. I would appreciate that. 58 people here, only 34 likes. I don't know. People forget. Those likes are very important, guys. If you like the stuff that we're talking about here, please give me the support by hitting the like button. It's a little gesture, but it goes a long way. Joe says that his new Eastman is the SB55DC-V with a single Lawler P90. Check out Brett Kidman's demos of the model. We'll definitely do that. P90s are awesome. By the way, I wanted to give a heads up on some projects that I'm going to be working on. So not only these pickups are going to be reviewed, the new ones from the No Wax, as I mentioned, but I have a guitar build coming up. So I'm going to be building a brand new Telecaster guitar. As I mentioned many times before, the winter for me is a period where I start building projects. Not so much in the summer because I don't have as much time. The winter time, I'm basically hibernating, guys. So it's a good time for me to be able to put some guitar builds together. I'm going to be building a brand new Telecaster, and I'm going to take you along on that ride. It's going to be a series of videos, and I'm going to show you how I put that together. I hope you guys would be interested in that. Also, I'm going to be upgrading this guitar that I have here. This guitar, which you see in my thumbnail for the live show today. This is a Harley Benton. That's a Harley Benton guitar with P90s. Since we're talking about P90s, I will be putting in a brand new set of P90s in this guitar, and we'll be doing the review on that as well. It comes standard with the Roswell pickups that are standard in the the production line. But I'm going to be putting in something a little bit more interesting in there, and I'll have a video out for that as well. Thanks, Vox. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Yeah, much better. It dragged on for a while. Even last week, I had like sort of a foggy feeling in my head, a little bit, just it wasn't ideal. Just that went away. So it's all good. I gotta start playing with my fingers more. Michael says the Roswell are not too bad, though I have the CTS-24 with the P90s and really like it. P90s are great. If you guys haven't already played a guitar with P90s, do it. I think you guys are going to like it, especially if you're Telecaster fans. P90s are kind of like more of a fatter Telecaster pickup. Jeff says, out of the case, the Eastman was perfect. He says that he had to do a fair bit to the Les Pauls to get it to sound good for me. He had to take the sharp points off the corner of the nut with the Les Paul and swap the pickups to Thornbuckers. Yeah, so you modded it to your taste. And you feel like the Eastman have no issues. What pickups are the Eastmans rocking in there? Do you know? What do they put in their stock? Be interesting to find out. Do a custom headstock veneer on it with the ATG logo. I'm thinking about doing something like that, Presley. I'm thinking of it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but it'll probably be a custom job for sure. I got to just figure out who can make a nice water slide decal for me or something, or I'll have to design my own. Keith says, the Kramer I just got has two Seymour Duncan JBs. What would be a good complement if I switch one out? A lot of people, Keith, will pair up the JB with a Duncan Jazz pickup. I know it seems like you don't want to have a Jazz pickup in there, but it seems to be a good complement. A lot of people like that combo. So they put the JB in the neck and the JB in the bridge and the Jazz in the neck. Ha! Vox says, don't talk about Harley Benton's being decent guitars on some forums. You'll get roasted. I understand why. Let's just put it that way. Look, out of the box, I don't think they're bad guitars, but you can definitely get them. You can actually make them a lot better. Green Rumor says, I'm running late. Had a late night concert in Seattle last night. No worries, man. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Better late than never. That's the reason why, if you look at my Harley Benton review on the guitar I just showed you, you'll understand. There's a couple of things that you can do to all of these Harley Benton guitars. They're not bad guitars. It's I don't want to label them as being bad guitars. It's just that they could require some TLC, or perhaps just little mods to make them great. And they have a lot of potential. Let's just put it that way. The one I did recently there, if I can find it, is here. Let me show you that guy here. Let me just get that link. So you'll understand if you watch this video, guys. Here, I put it in the chat, all right? When you guys have an opportunity. It's titled What This Harley Benton SG Special Could Have Been. And the reason I gave that video that title is because it wouldn't have been a hard thing for Harley Benton to do, to make a guitar that is so really good. And the mods I made on the guitar were not huge mods. I changed the bridge on that guitar. I will install a bone nut on it because it doesn't have a bone nut, and the one that's on it is cut exactly like I just mentioned it shouldn't have been. And I upgraded the tuners. I will swap out the pickups, but not because the pickups are bad. The Roswell P90 pickups are actually quite good. I'm just taking them out because I want to try a new set, and that is the guitar that I want to upgrade the most, put it that way, or is the better candidate for an upgrade. But that's basically it, guys. If they could have just made a couple of little changes, that guitar would have been great. And I did paint it a different color because I felt like the white and the silver that were being offered right out of the gate were not my taste. So I painted a really nice red sparkle, which I think really looks better. But you get what you pay for, guys. I mean, those guitars, honestly, the guitar is cheap. It's really inexpensive. So you can't expect too much. Hey, Eddie, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you, man. You rock, Eddie. You rock. Thank you, man. And cool tunes, too. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Really cool. I'm glad you guys are getting some value out of this Sunday chat. So we're 63 in right now. 41 thumbs up. So I guess there's at least 20 of you that are not happy. What can I do to make you happy besides shut up? All right, I'm going to share some deals with you guys. How's that? Since, I'm the Canuck, I still keep my eyes open for deals. Maybe you guys are already on top of these deals. But if you're not and you still have some cash in your pocket, I figured, what the hell? Actually, before we get to the deals, did you guys see what happened this week on the Black Crowes concert? Did you guys see this? I'm a Black Crowes fan. I like these guys. And what ended up happening was Chris and Rich Robinson from Black Crowes ended up defending themselves, or I don't know if it's self-defense or what, but basically some guy comes on stage, or he's running around on stage and stuff, and they had to protect themselves. So what did they do? Rich pulls his guitar off and slams it into the guy's right over here. He jams it into his neck region here. Kind of pulled a Keith Richards. I don't know if you guys remember seeing Keith Richards did the same thing, but I have to admit Keith was a little cooler about it because he was playing his Telecaster. Somebody comes on stage without missing a beat. He just takes off his Telecaster, swings it, slams into the guy, and puts it back on and continues playing. That was cool. That's rock and roll. But he basically belted this guy with a Telecaster, and I think he taught him a lesson because they kicked him out of the show. I don't know what the story was exactly, but it was pretty cool. These are rock and roll things that are, unless they're staged, they're rock and roll things. But if you guys haven't seen the video, just type it in YouTube, you'll see it. It's just Stage Invader basically happened, and they stood their ground. It was in Melbourne, I think, that it happened. So yeah, the audience got a little extra out of that one. There's always surprises that happen. The other thing also I wanted to bring up, and if you guys are Joe Bonamassa fans, did you guys see what's happening there with poor Joe? Poor Joe doesn't get a break. He ended up sort of stomping away from social media. I don't know if you saw or heard what happened, but basically he was, I think, on Instagram. He likes to post his videos, little snippets of him playing new guitars, makes little comments here and there. He ended up getting insulted by somebody who made a nasty comment about his hair. Joe's got a little bit of a hair loss thing happening, and this guy made a comment about his hair, and he got upset. He got offended, so he decided, that's it. I'm off social media. No more social media from Joe. Now, I don't know if this is something that is going to be permanent or not. I feel bad about it. But I felt like, you gotta have a thick skin being a superstar, because people are going to be taking pot shots at you all the time. And people do like to take pot shots at Joe. I think because it's a little bit of, I don't know. It could be, it's just my impression, but I think a lot of people might also be a little jealous of Joe because he's got all the good gear. He's got all the nice guitars. He likes to show off his collection. And, I think there's a little bit of jealousy going on there, as well as, he seems like an okay guy to me, He doesn't smile enough. He's always very serious. But anyways, he's going to be off social media, so we're not going to see him. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't see other people on social media that much. You know, I don't see Jimmy Page posting every single day or all these other guys as much. So maybe it's a good thing, you know. It lends more to the mystique if you're mysterious, you know. So I don't know. Maybe you guys don't care about Joe all that much, but I kind of like the guy. I feel bad for him in a way because he's been, you know, struggling to make his way and become a staple. But at the same time, he's getting flack. There's always somebody that's got something to say. I think Joe likes to stand his ground. That's the thing, though. You know, he doesn't back down. Mark says a friend of his got into a spat with him on social media about 5 years ago. It was actually hilarious. I think it's because he also has a pretty, like, I think, and he may be, like, I think he thinks he's an expert. Or he might be an expert. I mean, he knows a lot about guitars and gear. So, you know, if, you know, somebody makes a comment and he corrects the person, it can easily escalate into a spat, you know. And he doesn't seem like the type of guy to back down. The thing is, I don't think, I mean, honestly, if you're going to get offended by social media, you shouldn't be on social media. You know, just concentrate on your playing, concentrate on your shows, and don't worry about social media, you know. Just let it be. Like, spend your time doing more productive things. Coming from me. Anyways, so Mark says, my buddy said real humble Joe on a post that said the greatest guitarist alive, and Joe lost it. They went on and on. It was on Joe's Facebook. Yeah. You know, I think, you know what it is, guys? I think the guy tries hard. You know what I mean? Like, he puts in the hours. I'm sure he puts in, he's dedicated. He, you know, he knows his stuff. He's a great player. I don't think he gets as much respect as maybe he thinks he should. And I think it hurts. You know, I think it's hard. You know, it's like being an Olympic athlete. You have to always be on. You have to always outdo yourself. And people expect the most. And it's hard to be a down-to-earth guy sometimes, you know, an approachable person. Yeah, Joe's always at Norm's. Norm's Rare Guitars, it's true. But I like the stuff that he puts out when he talks about gear, because he does have insight on a lot of the old stuff that he likes to collect. You know, I like watching that stuff. So what was I gonna say before I got distracted with the Joe? Oh yeah, the deals. Okay, so let's start off with a couple of deals that I came across. And by the way, guys, if any of you guys have a good deal on strings, namely Ernie Ball strings, let me know. Like, I don't know why I can't get a decent deal on strings. I get them off Amazon now. I buy a pack of 4 or 3 or whatever. They save like a buck or something. But it's like, there's no, like, whatever happened to like the 50%, the 40% deals, Black Friday, door crashers. You don't have that anymore. I don't know. It's like, you know, I just need a nice set of strings. Where can I get strings at a decent price? Beyond buying the counterfeit stuff that comes from China, of course. So here are some deals that I came across, guys, if you're interested. First, let me start off by a deal that's a deal. It's not really a deal. It's something that I came across here. For those of you that are in Canada, okay, I'm going to share this with you guys because I'm in Canada. I know a lot of you guys are not in Canada. There's going to be some other deals. There's a lot of deals for guys in the States, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. So if you guys don't know about this Tone Emporium guitar pickup shop, and you could take advantage of this if you're in Canada too, because they'll ship to the States. They have a Black Friday sale. You can get 20% off with a code Friday22 at checkout. They have a lot of nice pickups here, guys. So if you guys don't know, take advantage. The price, it's in Canadian dollars, by the way. All right. So it's very inexpensive. They got some nice pickups, not just single coils. They got humbuckers as well. So here, let me go to the pickup set section here. You can buy an entire set of pickups for 99 bucks Canadian. That's like really cheap. They're well-made pickups. They also have humbuckers. They also have Telecaster pickups. They also have P90s, I believe, somewhere. There they go. There you go. P90s right here. And they also have other things as well as beyond the pickups. They have wiring kits. So if you're looking at putting together another guitar, you have kits for Strats, kits for Telecasters, kits for Les Pauls. You can buy all kinds of stuff. And the prices are pretty reasonable. All right. So you can grab stuff that's still in stock. And if you even want to save a little bit more, and I have no affiliation with these guys, you buy whatever you want. I'm not making a penny off of this beyond sharing with you guys. They also have B-stock items where you could get a nice set of humbuckers for like 99 bucks. And usually B-stock, whatever's the issue, is not even visible, So you can save yourself some money there, right? So I just wanted to bring that up to your attention. So if you guys are looking at something and you want to shop Canadian, that's a good place. They don't have the Seymour Duncans. No, Keith. That is their own branded pickups. But you can possibly find something that is in the same, the same vein as the Seymour Duncan Jazz without being Seymour Duncan. Dan says that DiMarzio has a 25% off deal right now too. So you can then take advantage of that. Eddie says, any thoughts on the Seymour Duncan Pearly Gates? The Pearly Gates pickups have awesome tone. I love them. They're expensive. It depends what kind of music you're playing. Would they be great for all kinds of music? Probably not. But if you're obviously playing that Texas blues type music, I think the Pearly Gates are a good option. I think they're overpriced for what they are just because they're associated with Billy Gibbons. Can you get another set of pickups that will give you similar tone? Probably. And probably for cheaper too, but you have to kind of search, I'm sure Davis says that Joe's a very humble guy. He looks humble. I mean, don't forget, the guy's been playing guitar since he was, knee-high to a grasshopper. And I could understand why he'd be pissed off, getting treated that way. If it was me and people would be commenting like that, I'd be madder than a piano player in a marching band. It's, where's the respect? You know what I'm saying? DMAX says, cool info on Tone Emporium. Thanks. I'm buying those earplugs also. Black Friday is turning into Black Weekend. Guys, honestly, Black Friday is really Black 3 months. It never stops. There's the pre, there's the pre-Black Friday. There's the Black Friday. There's the post-Black Friday. There's the, the post-Black Friday. They just keep it going till February, So don't worry about it. You're not going to be missing out on it. Too many deals. All right. For those of you who are new and lurking and don't know why you can't chat, guys, I mentioned it at the beginning. I'll mention it again. You have to subscribe. It says so right over here. Look right there. See it? Please subscribe to chat. You got to subscribe. Otherwise, you won't be able to chat. I know there's a lot of you lurking. There's 62 of you on here, and I'm not chatting with 62, obviously. So there's going to be some of you guys that are wondering why. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. You can jump in the chat right away. Okay? Just so you guys know. Jeff says, Guitars, Guitar, and Andertons are selling the Mini BE and Bogner Ecstasy for 149 pounds or euros. So, if you're looking at a transistor type system, the Mini BE and the Bogner Ecstasy, good choice. I'm not into that because I think it's just a glorified pedal. But if you guys like it, grab one. Grab one. All right. So here we go. I'm going to give you some other deals here. Oh, yeah. I got something else I wanted to bring up. I'm going on a tangent here. All right. First of all, I want to mention that have you guys seen, this is not a deal, by the way. Have you guys seen that Mesa Boogie has announced the new Badlander 25 head and combo. So if you guys are not aware, the Badlander is not new, but it's the combo 25 watts is nice because it's basically going to give you that high gain sound, tight end, aggressive mid-range type of character that you would get from the Mesa models, and basically at a lower wattage, 25 watts. So if you guys are interested in maybe getting that kind of sound, they're releasing it in a combo. I think it comes with a creamback, if I'm not mistaken, creamback speaker, 1265, which is a nice speaker. Sounds really good. How much is it going to cost? That I couldn't tell you. I'm trying to find the price. Don't know. Don't know. But it's funny because I've been keeping an eye on the Mesa Boogie stuff because ever since Gibson bought Mesa, I've been itching to see what they're going to come up with next, like as their new model. Still nothing. I'm wondering if they're working on something, if something big is going to happen, because they have to come up with a really good amp as their, this flagship model post acquisition. They have a lot of eyes on them right now, right? They did an excellent job with Gibson did an excellent job with the Epiphone Inspired by series. And I think they did that also because people were watching. They came back from the brink of like going bankrupt for the 5th time. And now that they bought Mesa, let's see what's going to happen. So I'm curious to see what's going to be going on there. So Jose says it's going to be $1,900 US, I'm assuming. $1,009. Yeah, that's in the ballpark. I mean, in Canada, you're going to get the Mesa stuff you're not going to get any of the Mesa stuff for under $2,000. So it seems about right. Alex 2112 says, Tony, I want to buy a classic vibe 60s Telecaster Sunburst, the one with the binding on both sides of the body. Those are excellent guitars, Alex, by the way. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, those are great. Go ahead and buy it. You have my blessing. It's a great guitar. You're going to like it. The only weak side of that guitar is perhaps the pickups, but that's an easy fix. It has a great look, by the way. I'm still, by the way, looking to find a Telecaster with, a candy apple red Telecaster with binding on both sides. As I had mentioned, I'm still looking, still nothing. Hasn't popped up yet. If you guys spot one in the wild, please let me know. All right, please let me know. All right, while I'm going to be popping up some deals here for you guys, don't forget, please, thumbs up. That would help. Here, let me give you a deal that I came across that I think is a pretty decent deal, and actually quite interesting here. So here, let me share my screen so you guys can see what I'm seeing here. So if you guys are into budget guitars that are not that expensive, you can actually get a 20% coupon code EAF20 off the Donner website if you want to get an interesting deal on most of their merchandise. But one of the things I actually wanted to bring to your attention, like there's pianos and stuff and all kinds of stuff in here, but that's not what I want to show you. I'm going to show you this guitar. Let's let it load. Here we go. Now the keyword is up to here, guys. You can save up to 60%. All right, so let me just, where did it go? I clicked on it and it disappeared. Let me try again. Here we go. All right, so here you can get a 30% code, EAF30, on this really nice Donner semi-acoustic guitar. It's basically a 335 inspired guitar. Comes with a case, a gig bag, comes with a cable, comes with a strap. This guitar actually caught my attention. It's $399. It's down from $462, and free shipping in the US. You can get it in red, and you can get it in, I believe you can get it in Sunburst as well. Sunburst doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all. The red looks nice too. Here's the thing. The headstock's pretty nice, except for the big, bold Donner. I don't know why they didn't make that a little bit more subtle, but I like the headstock. The inlays are cool. It's basically a Gibson-style inlay pattern. It would have been so much cooler if they just went with the block inlays, I think. But whatever. They missed out on that. And the body looks really nice. I'm curious to see what this is going to be like and play like. But I mean, for $399, not a bad deal. And I believe you can get an additional, I'm not sure if that's the already reduced, the 30%, or if you can add an additional 30% on top of that. But here you have a whole bunch of deals going on here. So if any of you are interested in that specific guitar, check it out. Donner makes cool stuff and not very expensive. Eddie says, I think that red Telecaster would make you look like you should be on Hee-Haw with Buck Owens. Maybe. But I just like it. I like it. Dan wants to know if Donners are any good. Generally, they're budget import guitars. But the ones that I've reviewed and tried, I actually got one for my son, which was a Strat knockoff. Played really well, and they're great for mods. So if you're a mod type of guy like I am, and you don't want to ruin a more expensive guitar if it's, if you're not really confident in what you're doing, they're great modding platforms. And some of them they're just surprisingly good. Eddie, what's $4,000? What's $4,000? I'm missing the thread here. Something's $4,000. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. If we're talking about a 335, yeah, the 335s are really expensive. You can get them for under $4,000 though. I guess it depends on which one you're looking at. But yeah, the 345s are even nicer and more expensive, unfortunately. So that's why the Eastmans are a nice compromise too. If you're looking at something along those lines and you don't want to spend that kind of dough, then the Eastmans would be a good alternative. So the Donner deal, I wanted to also complain a little bit. I got to complain because I got to be honest, Canadian deals suck. They really do. I mean, it's a joke most of the time what we're getting in terms of Black Friday deals. But if you're in Canada, unfortunately, you don't have a choice. I'm going to give you an example, okay? Here's an example, and I don't mean to be rude or anything like that, but I just want to get my point across. So this is a store that is in Canada. It's called Red One. And I'm looking for deals, right? I was looking for deals on strings. And they're talking about Black Friday savings, right? And here you see, a pack of regular slinky strings, 10 gauge strings. Black Friday, it says right here, Black Friday, you're saving $2. Actually $3. Not a huge incentive to buy. So if we go to the front here and we look at their what they have under the major deal category here, let's look at some of the major deals. Let's see how much we're actually saving over here. So here we look at, let's take an example, something that I would actually be interested in here. Let's look at what they got. Like so far, there's not much that I'd be interested in here. Let's see if there's anything. What else do they have guitar related? Not much here. They have recording gear here. Let's see. Yeah, not much. Let me just scroll up. Let me see if they have a guitar dedicated section here. It's mostly recording equipment that they have here. And these are the main. Okay, so let's just look at the main page here. Some deals, if you're looking for a cable or something like that, it's not so bad. But I mean, they're not crazy awesome deals. You know what I mean? You're generally saving 10%, 13%, 15% max. Maybe older stock, you might be getting some other things that are a little bit more enticing to get, but not that much. I don't see anything here that's really enticing me. So, okay, that's one example. I just wanted to sort of bring that up. But there's another here. I'm going to show you something else, which is even worse in my opinion. So if we go to the Long and McQuaid site, the Long and McQuaid site is basically what we have here in Canada. It's like the equivalent of what you guys have there, Guitar Center. This is what we have. So what they have here, and they're lazy too on top of that, because they're like here, view local store specials here, not available for online purchase. So basically you have to go to the store for these, and they couldn't even integrate them into their website. So you have to bring up like an Excel spreadsheet of the deals that they have. And let's take a closer look at these, shall we? And by the way, the deal ends today. So now if we look at the list, okay, you'll look at the details here. You'll see that most of these deals are on used gear. So already you're starting off, you're buying used stuff. So this is stuff that they normally rent and so you're getting, for example, you're getting a guitar here that regularly sells for $385 and it's down to $300, $299. You're saving $85, but it's a used guitar. That's not really a deal. Let's look at the new stuff. So here we're looking at a guitar cable, 20-foot guitar cable, which is regular $28.99. You're getting it for $19.99. So you're saving $8. Okay, whatever. Let's look at a pedalboard case with wheels. This is brand new. It's regularly $500, $500, and it's selling for $300. What does this thing even look like? All right, so here it is. So it's a pedalboard case. I think $500 for a case is like way out of whack. And, $300 is still expensive. But that's what it is. That's the deal. Let's keep on moving to the new stuff. We have the Katana here. So look at this deal. Brand new. This is on their hot deal list, by the way. Katana. Regular price $529. Regular price is $529. According to their list here, the Katana now is being sold. It was $549. It's being sold for $529. Is that an amazing deal or what? Like, would you run to the store to get that deal? It doesn't make any sense, guys. I don't know, man. You can get the Metal Zone pedal, which is regularly $179. You can get it for $160. You know what I mean? $159. Do you really want a Metal Zone pedal? Would you spend $180 on a Metal Zone pedal? I wouldn't. So where are the good deals? Like, what's the good stuff here? Super Overdrive. Here you go. You can get the anniversary edition of the Super Overdrive. Save yourself $5. Not even. You know, it's embarrassing. And these are like Black Friday deals. So this is what we're dealing with here in Canada. It's like, it's a joke. It really is a joke. I don't know, man. Is it just me? I think we're getting the short end of the stick. So let's move to the let's move over to the American side, shall we? So what do we have here? Sweetwater has a bunch of deals. Let's look at how they're running the show on their end. Maybe there's still something that we want to see that's good. So here's the Sweetwater page. These are the hottest deals. We'll look at these in a little bit more detail, but it seems like they're getting you're getting a better deal here. You know, you're looking right off the bat, you're looking at saving $150 on the Angelico Sweetwater exclusive guitar. You're looking at saving $195 on the in-ear monitors. That's more like it. What else do they have here that's interesting? A nice drum set here. You can save $400, but you're also dropping $4,500. Pretty expensive. What else? What would I grab? So here are the strings. So you're getting 3 sets of strings, and you're getting 1 pack. You're buying 2 and you're getting 1 free. Not bad. $13. At least you're getting an additional pack. That's not bad. That's doable. You know, but if I would order this and have to pay for shipping and duties, there's no deal for me. So maybe for you guys. Let's see, what else? What else do they got here? Anything that I'd be tempted to buy right off the bat here? So this is the deal I was telling you guys about. It's still active. And this I still think is a pretty good deal, guys. $500, regular price $449. It's a great amplifier and extension cabinet combo. I would grab it. At that price, if I was in the States, I would grab it. What else? Let's go under their guitar section here. All right, let's just go into the guitars and see what they got here. So what would I be tempted on buying if I was in the States today and I was an American with American money in my pocket? What would I end up getting here? Let's see. They have some categories that are a little bit vague here. They have the Kramer, although I'm not a big fan of the Kramer with the double humbuckers. Let me just do a scan here very quick of everything. Bases, cases. I'm always in the market for cases. I would definitely grab one of those ABS cases if they were on sale, because those are great. How much are they selling those for? The Gator cases, let's see, let's take a look. Yeah, the cases are good. They're still $200 though. You're getting bonus bucks, which I don't know why I need bonus bucks. But these cases are awesome. $200 though, you know. But they last a long time. They're great. I'd go for a case, probably. But as far as guitars go, I don't know, man. Let me just go back to the guitars here. Perhaps, here, let me click on this section here, see what they got. So, $899 for a PRS SE. Okay. Hollow body. All right. Just looking here, looking. Just looking. The Jackson, you're getting $400 in bonus bucks, but it's also $3,000. So that's a on my side. The G&L guitars, $200 in bonus bucks. Not enough. Not enough of a deal for me. I'm picky about these things, guys, so I don't know. All right, looking. There's a lot of guitars here, but the Gretsch looks cool, but it's $2,500. Way too expensive, in my opinion. Rather get them used. Just crazy. What about the Charvels? They don't have anything. Nothing on the Charvel side of things. The Friedmans are $3,000. So forget those. The Gibsons, you're getting $400 in bonus bucks if you want to get a deluxe players. I don't know, man. What are the Charvels like? Let's see if there's any deals on the Charvels here. Nothing. I mean, there's nothing really tempting to me. Let me just scroll back up here and just do a little search. Let's see what they got for the Charvel guitars. Hey, what happened? There we go. 10%. Not much, man. 10% across the board. No. The only one that, I mean, they're basically the same price, guys. They're $9.99. I don't see a big, like, there's no big savings here. 10%. All right. Not that great, I gotta say. I thought I'd be looking at something a little bit more interesting. Here, so if you guys want to get a decent deal on a tuner, I did find this, which is interesting. You can get the Polytune, the Polyclip. I have one of these. I like them. $34. You're saving $14. You can never have enough tuners, I think. You know what I mean? These Polytune clips are pretty nice. So that's a decent deal. Beyond that, what else? Let me just see here. We have a few other things that I have lined up. Let me just... If you guys are looking at... you want to get a hotter distortion pedal, you can get the DiMarzio Super Distortion pedal right now for $67. And you save $22 also on Sweetwater. So that's a decent deal if you want something a little hotter. The E-Art guitars, Yurt, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the hell. I always mess them up. These are decent deals here. If you guys are interested in buying a decent guitar, these kind of remind me a little bit of the Charvels too. And they're not that expensive. They're honestly pretty good. They're $279 for the for this model here, and they go up to $279 up to $399. They're nice guitars, man. I know the colors are not necessarily well, they have different colors. This is a nice color too. Oh yeah, I like this one. So what I really like about these guitars And this one is not the same as the other one that I just showed you. This is more expensive. They have excellent fretwork. I have 3 of them now. But this one is nice because of the back. So look at the back of the way it's made. I like the little carve that they have there. It's just really nice. But I like also the fact, if you look here, the top has 2 humbuckers. So it's a Telecaster style guitar, but with humbuckers. So you're kind of getting the Charvel vibe. The bridge is a nice bridge in this guitar. I'm not crazy about the aluminum tuners, not the tuners, the aluminum knobs. I would probably switch those out to regular plastic ones. But they do have a switch in there, which I believe allows you to split the coils. Not that I usually use split coils, but you know, it's an interesting thing to have. The neck on these guitars are really nice, I gotta say. They are really nice necks. And if I can zoom in, it doesn't allow me to zoom in more than this. This one doesn't have the skunk stripe. The tuners on the guitar are really good as well. So if you get a deal on these guitars, grab one. Honestly, they're good. You know, they have my stamp of approval. All right, let me just jump back to the questions and stuff here because I've been losing. D-Mac wants to know if the E-Arts or ERTs or whatever require setup. The ones I got didn't, surprisingly enough. The things were great right out of the box. Usually, you know, I get issues with the fret being level and stuff like that. Frets were good. Beyond adjusting the neck relief, there's not much that I needed to do on those guitars. Yeah, Gene is confirming. He's got 4 and he said only 1 needed work, but that was caused by UPS. So there's, yeah, you know, there's a lot of stuff there that that you don't necessarily, honestly, the way the guitar looks and plays, it definitely feels like a way more expensive guitar. I'm tempted to grab one of those guitars because I think they're great. I already have, I have a Strat version with 3 single coils right there. I have one over here, which is 2 single coils and a humbucker. That's the one you see right there. And in my stack over there, I have one that is a standard Telecaster style guitar. But I'm tempted to grab one that is a Telecaster style guitar with humbuckers. Tempted. Again, great modding platforms. Hey, good night, Fat Philosopher. Sweet dreams, buddy. I wonder if Fat Philosopher dreams of guitars after watching the show. Yeah, a lot of times they're just moving stock. They're moving inventory, Eddie. They're just like getting rid of stuff that they, you know, last year's model and the line stuff, you know. There's not that much great stuff, I feel. I'd like to have a Friedman Cali too, but not at that price. Honestly. Overpriced. Gene says, Earth's quality and cheap prices made me cautious for overpriced American instruments. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, like if the guitars were consistently bad and, you know, you figure, okay, for $270, whatever it is, you know, you're getting a guitar that needs too much work or has to get pickups changed and stuff like that, then I would say, okay, yeah, you know, maybe you save up your money and you buy something more expensive and you go with the American brands. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if they're good quality guitars right out of the gate for like less under $300, you know, the argument is hard to make. And the only issue with those guitars, you know, the only issue is you can't really sell them because you're buying them for, you know, $275. I mean, you could sell them, but how much are you going to sell them for? You know, half price? I don't know. Unless they, you know, they keep their price and you can sell them for whatever, you know, $275. You know what I mean? But that's the only issue. Steve says Rev has 15% off the pedals and 300 and 100 off amps on their site. That's pretty cool. That's another Canadian company. $300 off of the 300 and 100 off of the amps. The amps are not inexpensive, but that helps. Yeah, yeah, he's in Japan. That's why he doesn't go to bed at noon. For him, it's like very late. That's what it is. But yeah, some people do go to bed. Some people do go to bed at noon. What's wrong with that? So yeah, have you guys seen that the G4 experience is also on? If you guys are fans of Joe Satriani or Peter Frampton or Lukather, Steve Morse, they're basically all participating in the G4, which is basically an event that is put together by Joe Satriani. It's 4 days, 4 nights, total guitar, non-stop workshops, concerts, jamming, and more. So you can sign up for this thing and participate. I would love to participate in something like this. I don't know where they're going to be. Where is this happening this year? I'm trying to see. Is it in Vegas? Hilton, yeah, Hilton in Vegas, January 3rd and 4th. Man, if only I could line up a Vegas vacation and go there in January. Would I be able to do that? 2023? Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to go. How much does this thing cost? That's the next question. Let's see. Register. More info. Let's see. If I want to register, how much is it going to cost me? Let's see. I wonder if the space is limited here. Okay, so you have the commuter package. You have the shared room with 2 beds package. You have the single with a 1 bed package. So they're giving you accommodations and everything. All right, so, and bring your loved one suite. So if I bring my wife, it's going to cost me $5,899. I guess US for 4 days. That's expensive, man. The cheapest price, which is the commuter package, which is basically, I guess you just get the room and that's it. The cheapest room, it's $2,199. But I guess that includes the actual event. So you're getting accommodations and the event for $2,199, and it's 4 days. Not that bad, considering. Hold on, let me see. The commuter package means. Oh, wait a minute. No. Sorry. Commuter package means you don't get rooms. You don't get a room. Because I got confused because it's mentioning the Hilton Lake Resort and Spa in Vegas. So basically, they're saying you can stay wherever you want, but be at the G4 experience for all the daytime activities, workshops, concerts. So it's basically $2,199 to be there for the 4 days, not including accommodations. So if you want a room, it's going to cost you like an additional $600, but it's a shared room. I don't know if you need to share it with somebody, but it's pretty cool. All right. Joe was thinking about getting the Rev amp with 2 notes built in. Yeah, that's a sweet guitar amp with the 2 notes technology built right into it. Mark says he wants to change the pickups and stuff on my Les Paul, but I'm afraid to do it myself. Push me off the cliff. Mark, you can do it. I'm telling you, it's not that difficult. And it's the first time, it's a little bit, a little bit stressful, but it's not that hard. If you've done some soldering before, if you have the soldering iron, you have the equipment, you don't really need much. And really, the key if you're not sure what you're doing, Mark, is just take pictures of the guts of the inside of your guitar before you actually start ripping things out, so you can see clearly where things go back. Label stuff clearly, and you're going to be fine. And honestly, there's not a whole lot of damage you can do beyond maybe it's not going to work. But if it doesn't work, it's just because you're not going to get sound. It's not like anything's broken. It's just a question of rewiring stuff the right way. But there's a lot of diagrams out there. You don't really need diagrams if you're just rewiring stuff the way you're going to be doing it now anyway. But if you're not sure and you're really, not confident, and then I would say just bring it to a tech. He's gonna probably cost you like 50 or 60 bucks. If the harness is already wired up, Mark, then it's even simpler, because really you just have to put the harness in and really solder, the switch and the two pickups back into place with the ground wire. It's not a big deal. You can do it, man. You can do it. I have faith in you. Paul says the Bogner Ecstasy, both red and blue models, are 90 bucks US. If you guys are looking at getting some interesting pedals. Mark says, and solder the pickups to the wiring harness. Is the PC board hard to take out? No, it's not hard to take out at all. You just unclip the wires you have already in there. And then all you got to do is pull off the knobs, remove the little retaining nut, and pull it out. No big deal. Randy says, from StuMac, you would pay that eArt price for the neck. Is it that much better, really? Okay, we're talking about guitars, and I know what you guys are saying. Okay, I'm following you guys. Yeah, man. There's it's all a question of what you're looking for, and at the end of the day, you can build a really killer looking guitar. You can get top quality parts from places like Wormouth, and you could build a really nice custom guitar. It won't be cheap. You probably won't recuperate the cost of your parts, but you're going to get a guitar that you want, that's custom built to your taste. And at the end of the day, you should be a happy camper. But, as Surfer By mentions, that you can build a high-end guitar for between $700 and $1,500, comparable to Nash or Custom Shop, if you know what you're doing. Obviously, if it's the first guitar you build, you might have issues. It's all in the setup, guys. Alan says, love Satch, but would rather buy a 2K guitar I can keep forever. Yeah, I agree. I mean, how much are you going to get out of an event where there's probably going to be another 50 people at the event? It's going to be like, they're going to be telling you, they're going to be giving you information and tips, which I think would be good, but I don't know if it's going to be $2,000 good. You know what I mean? You could probably get a lot of these tips on YouTube already from them, from interviews and stuff that they've done. You know what I mean? Joe, absolutely. Practice soldering ahead of time, and make sure you have the right solder, because they're not all made the same. So you got to buy good quality stuff. Don't buy the crappy stuff, because you're gonna regret it. It's gonna be a big blobby mess of cold solder joints. The key with soldering is you want to be just as hot as you need it to be, and not overkill, because you don't want to burn the heck out of your wires and stuff. You want to make sure that you can melt the solder quickly to get a nice shiny solder joint, not the dull stuff that looks like a cold joint, and do it quick, so in and out. Dan wants to know what a good first pedal to buy, excluding a distortion box. Again, this question pops up all the time. I would say, if you're a serious guitarist, I would say a good first pedal to buy would be an EQ pedal. And I know a lot of people wouldn't necessarily go for that, but if you're a real serious guitarist and you want to be able to sculpt the sound, an EQ is really good. You know, if you just want to make it sound bigger, a good reverb pedal. If you like reverb, if you're not playing metal, I don't think reverb and metal really go together. And of course, a delay. You know, if you want a delay, you can do like that slap back stuff, and you can do some nice effects with that as well. But I honestly, like, truly would go with an EQ pedal first. Beyond the tuner pedal, because the tuner pedal will probably make you sound way better than an EQ pedal will if you're out of tune. So I would say tuner pedal first, EQ second. Gene says, Tony, do you have other designs for your t-shirts? I'd rock a shirt, but at my age, the young kid logo seems out of place. Gene, I've been meaning to design some more, let's just say, subtle shirts. There is a shirt there that doesn't have the big emblem logo in the middle, has a little small one up here, which is more subtle. But yeah, I've been meaning to design some new shirts. I just hadn't gotten around to it. And to be honest with you, most of the money goes to the people making the shirts, honestly, at the end of the day. So unfortunately, I got to come up with some other swag that I can send people directly, which would be better for both parties involved. Maybe if I create a I mean, I have a website, but it's kind of old, hasn't been really updated yet recently. Maybe if I come up with a Patreon website or something like that, maybe I'll do something like that, but I haven't had the time. All right, I'm falling way behind on the chats here, guys. So Jerry says MXR Echoplex. That's a nice pedal too. Dan says I'm going with delay. It's all in the setup. Exactly, man. So Keith says Sawtooth Guitars has a 50% off deal, I guess, but we have to find the BF/Cybercell page. Don't know if they're any good. I haven't tried the Sawtooth guitars. There's a lot of people that have reviewed those on YouTube that say they're good, but I haven't tried personally, so I can't really give you my opinion on that. Slick guitars. Jerry says slick guitars are pretty good and inexpensive. I've seen a few of those. Never pulled the trigger on any one of them, though. Davis says he loves the ATG logo and he's 60. And he says the ATG logo looks awesome, he says. Thanks, man. Thank you. All right, guys, listen, I'm gonna pull the plug on the show right now because I've been yapping for 2 hours. I think we're, all Black Friday'd out. If you guys still come across some interesting deals that you want to share with us, let me know or post in the chat at the bottom once the video goes live. You'll notice that the video, for some reason, I don't know if it's just YouTube processing, but what ends up happening is that the video gets posted, but you can't see the replay of all the chats for some period of time. Like it's almost, sometimes a day goes by before you can actually see the chat come back in so you can follow what was being said. I find that sucks. I don't know why that's happening. I don't know if other people have experienced the same thing. I'm trying to figure it out, but it's like, I like to see the chat because that's what I'm interacting with. But just be patient. It will pop up eventually, usually the day after. Sometimes it's quicker. We never really know. Davis says, Tony, speaking of EQ, I've never owned one. Best in the EX loop or front end. Excuse me. I usually put my effects, my EQ pedal in the front end. That's how I usually run it. All right, guys. Eddie says, anyone ever tried Dr. Duck's Axe Wax? No, I didn't. I got to check it out. Is that for the neck, Eddie? Dr. Duck's Axe Wax. That's a new one. Let me take a quick look. Thank you guys for all participating in the chat. Thank you guys for being such good sports and coming, prepared with questions and feedback and just actively engaging in our chats. Steve, you can definitely email me some pictures of your Telecaster build. Mark, if you have any issues with your wiring situation, feel free to reach out to me. I can help you if I can. But let me know how that turns out for you guys. And of course, thumbs up to all you guys for participating, getting up early in the chat, waking up early on Sunday morning to listen to me. Stay tuned to the Addicted to Gear channel because there's going to be other reviews that I have lined up for you guys this week as well. And support support not only the company that believes in us, but take care of your ears, guys. All right? It's not just a question of taking advantage and bashing the heck out of these things and thinking nothing's going to happen. Take care of your ears if you're playing in a live scenario, because you don't want to be listening to that ringing in your ears for the rest of your life. All right, guys? Take care. Have a great week. See you soon. And keep rocking, guys. You know what to do. Grab your guitars and start playing. We'll be talking again soon.